Late bloomers. BigTruDat. How y'all been? How y'all been? How y'all doing? I know it's been about it's been about a week. Hopefully everybody been cooling, staying safe, staying out the way, but still on their grind. You know what I'm saying? The grind does not stop. How you doing, Miss Jada? The grind does not stop, man. Let me brush these little facial hairs right now. Hopefully y'all see the thumbnail. Where we going with this one? Doing good. Where we going with this one is first of all, I was telling y'all that I was embarking on a new journey, like career wise. And it's been going good. I went through training. Then after training, I started my first actual week of work, and work went well. Work went well. Learning. Appreciate you tapping in too, Miss Jada. Make sure you like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? And let me see, I say about a weekend, somebody pulled me over to the side and was like, man, somebody want to talk to you. Like, damn, who want to speak to me? So once I found out who it was, I got to trying to reach out on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to trying to put some ears to it and see what's going on. And finally, I got a call. I'm in an inbox from him, and we got to chopping it up about some common likes, some differences, and just about life in general. So basically, what I'm saying is this episode was requested, and about sharing some awareness. I don't know if y'all is from Memphis. Miss Muffin, what it do? What it do? Shout out to the members. I don't know if y'all is from Memphis. Y'all seen the march that went on downtown with all of the brothers. Some of the gang founders, they came and marched downtown for Martin Luther King Day. It was a good event. A lot of people showed up. A lot of prominent figures. So like I said, throughout that, man, I was contacted. I would support you, and God bless you in prayers. Man, I definitely appreciate that. And appreciate all the birthday wishes, all the birthday wishes that I got. So I get contacted, like I said, if y'all seen the march downtown, gun violence, de-escalation. We're going to get into a little video, Redeemable Son, though, but it was requested. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, basically to shed some light. And I actually feel good about being, requested, that people, pay attention to the platform enough and think of me for their cause. So, and I'm going to tell you how life works. I actually done spoke about it. I put his name in the title too. I spoke about him, and I spoke about him. Now, I don't know, never negative, but just when I was in prison, certain things that went on when I was in prison, he was one of those figures that name was ringing. So this brother named akaCocceye reached out to me. Ali, also known as akaCocceye, reached out to me about just a lot of, about me being from me doing time. I understand just a lot of the some of the injustice that go on, some of the I'm pretty sure a lot of people know people who maybe have done time, but the time don't necessarily fit the crime. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get over sentenced. Like, you got a lot of people that do get sentenced how they supposed to get sentenced, but then you got people that get over sentenced. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this video basically gonna be about. Like I said, redeemable son. It's about someone that was locked up as a teenager and sentenced to life. And so we're gonna get into the video. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. And we're gonna just do a little start a little open dialogue about it. Like I said, it was requested. And I feel honored, you know what I'm saying, that they reached out. So with all this going on, all these laws and stuff that's being changed, you know, I feel like that should be one of the things that should be looked into as well. You know what I'm saying? When crimes don't fit, when time don't fit the crime, a lot of the over sentencing. Lil' mama, what it do? So if y'all don't mind, we're gonna check out this video that was requested. Redeemable son. So tell me what y'all think about it. And after that, we're gonna start a little open dialogue. I got a little interview that I'm gonna drop for y'all too. But after that, I might come back with another live so we can talk about some more business at hand. So let's get into it though. Redeemable son, man. Y'all follow me on YouTube. We're finna get into it.
When does a child stop being a child?
When does a child stop being a child?
When they can no longer go to the store to buy candy and a drink. Or when we can no longer give them just 5 seconds to think. Is the essence of a child lost to us now? When do they pick up the pen?
And shout out to akaCocceye.
Is life so
what
short?
What the hell?
It can never
shout out
begin?
to akaCocceye for tapping in.
Actually calculate the transition within.
Man, I've been grinding, G. I've been grinding, brother. I got a career now, man. So I've been trying to learn this, get this career down pat, homie.
Bullets at home, yet still plays dodgeball at school? Or is she a woman when she is sexually assaulted while attending elementary class on Zoom? How does one lose her childhood so easy in this country?
Yeah, man. So I just been having a bunker down on this shit though, man.
Because we didn't. All of a sudden she becomes a hussy.
But I had to get my schedule down packed, man. I'm getting my schedule down packed so I can know when I can, you know what I'm saying, do this and do that. I've been drained, been tired too though. You know what I'm saying? Get off one, go to the next. Then computer work, I'm doing computer work and shit now, so you know, just some learning.
In our world,
but y'all make sure y'all hit that like button.
And time stands still. None of that matters because he will be forever 17 until. When it comes to juveniles, Tennessee has one of the harshest punishments in the country by sentencing children to a mandatory 60-year life sentence with eligibility for relief only after serving 51 years.
But I'm here though, I'm here, man. I'm here, man. I got a good week coming for y'all.
My brother Quincy Sampson received this sentence for an unintentional fatal car crash. Community Defense of East Tennessee and many others have been supporting his effort to release. Through an amicus brief argued through the Knoxville Public Defender's Office, the Tennessee Supreme Court is currently considering whether a 51-year sentence for children is unconstitutional.
How many people believe that a 51-year sentence for children is unconstitutional?
And when we take a child who we probably already failed, right? As a society, we've already failed this child. And then we say, we don't think you're redeemable. We don't think you're worth saving. Instead, we think the best alternative for you is for us to lock you away from your family, from your community, from everyone that may know you, love you, respect you, give you any
oh, my bad, bro.
Kind of support, and throw you away, make you a number, and put you far away.
I'm very, very sorry for what happened today due to my actions. the cause for wanting to lose their life. I did something to one person as well as to his family and friends. I know I put a hurt on my family as well. You know, like I had an impact. I pray every day. I ask for like their family for forgiveness.
I asked for forgiveness when he got convicted. I did told the family, his wife, that we're sorry for what had happened.
Do y'all
That
think
our family
51 years
sorry.
is too much for a juvenile?
I asked for forgiveness again.
Think
But
about
it
it from
was
both
not
perspectives,
only
whether it was
for
your
us,
family, their family.
We only one. That's our family. We didn't mean for that to happen. He didn't mean for it to happen. He was a kid.
He real sorry for what went on. Like, I believe we all he's still in there, so I believe he's still, like, it's still a open wound for him that he have to deal with every day.
KC, what it do?
I believe he's still holding out hope for his mom.
It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street.
The history of sentencing for murder in Tennessee is like a lot of places. Most places have
Too much time. His mother said it's too much
what
time.
Life means actually is almost never life without the opportunity for getting out. And in Tennessee, like everywhere else in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, that was the case. So we had a life sentence, but you could actually be evaluated for parole after 25 years. In the mid-90s, there was a big movement for what was called truth in sentencing. This idea that people are getting big sentences and the community thinks those big sentences are correct, but then they're actually getting paroled much earlier than people thought. And there was a view that that was not right, that what we wanted to do was to give everyone the real sentence so the community could know they were being punished to the full extent of the law. And this worked both in Tennessee and on the federal level. It had been the case that technically a life sentence was calculated at 60 years, but with credits, you could be released after 25 years. In the mid-90s,
How many people got family members
legislature,
that's doing too much time?
changed that so that a 60-year sentence became a
Over-sentence.
60-year sentence with only the opportunity for 15% of good time reduction. And one of the big contributors to that was the federal government in the 1994 crime bill provided that if states wanted to continue to receive federal funding for prisons, they had to implement truth in sentencing for certain violent crimes. So in order to continue to get that federal money to build our prisons, we had to turn a 25-year sentence into a 51-year sentence. And that's for juveniles, that's for everyone. The other part of the story is that federal funding dried up after a few years. So we no longer get that money. Not that we necessarily want to build more prisons, but the reason we changed our law to make our state available for federal funding has gone away, but the law has continued for another 20 years.
I got pregnant when I was 15. I had Quentin when I was 16. We lived here in Memphis, and I stayed with Quentin's dad, mom, but she really didn't have no room.
I'm supposed to have,
we had to make a
some of these influential people coming through
Then we moved
to join me on the podcast.
and that's where my life and my journey started with my kids. From then on, without having any help.
I grew up in a single parent home. My mama had 5 children as a whole.
Like I said, this was requested, and appreciate them reaching out to me, from the feds to the streets.
They should jump on us or chase us around. What came up is being part of something different.
It was nothing but single parent households over here, and that was challenging. And there was so many of us crowded over here that it was tension, you know, and we had no choice. We was fighting every day, fighting each other. There was a lot of more people coming through here. A lot of gangs was coming through here. A lot of different gangs.
Yeah, it was awful over there. Go to school.
If y'all from
gangs
Memphis,
there,
y'all done
walking
been through the
home.
Hillview
You know,
before,
sometimes we
probably,
walk home
for
from
the
school.
most part.
Gangs there, they follow you, want to fight. One time, somebody, you know, they throwing rocks at our bus because of where we stayed and where they stayed. It was kind of hard growing up, but you know, we kept going. You could be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Gangs, just a lot went on. Well, it made me, I guess, be tougher because I have to defend myself, of course, dealing with this type of environment.
I think the video
You
about
just
20, 30
basically
minutes
become
long, though, so,
who you be around.
man, y'all bro
I
with me.
remember walking outside the Hillview where we have like bullets in front of our door. It was a lot of activities going on that wasn't safe for us.
Quentin, growing up in the neighborhood he grew up in, people want to say, oh, well, he chose to do this or he chose to be in a game. And it's not a choice. It's about survival. It's about that you're going to be in a situation.
So let me ask y'all this.
Where
Seeing as though she said that,
don't go along with what the majority is doing in your.
is it a choice? Is it instances where being in the inner city, you have no choice, you have to just become a product of your environment, or do you always have a choice? Let me just ask that one.
Your neighborhood, you're going to become a target. And not only you,
straight to the
your
point.
mother,
What it do?
your sister, your family will become a target. And so as a child trying to navigate that and understand that and decide what to do, you don't even have like long-term processing developed in your brain at that point. Your instinct, I mean, and this is going to be anybody's instinct, is to survive.
In 1997, we moved in the area of the community, which was Whitehaven. And by Quentin being the only boy, and the oldest boy, I let him go stay with his father in the community out there in Fraser. That's where a lot of connection came in with him meeting new people. He wound up getting in trouble.
I was put in a situation where my co-defendant, it was alleged that he had stole some money out the box. I had to go replace the money that was inside the box. So this how the whole situation occurred.
Probably like 3 days prior to that, we went to the guy that was over everything. At the time, I was 14, about to be 15 years old, and the guy, I would say, late 30s, I'd say, we was very intimidated. Like when we told him, let us, I don't remember, I said, well, it was something to the fact, like, hold on, let us think about this, or we gonna come back to you on it. And it was like,
do you always have a choice growing up in the inner city? Do you always have a choice whether you can pick and choose to be in a gang or not?
Body motion, the slapping the tape. Yeah,
shout out to the members and subscribers though. Miss Muffin, KC, 420, straight to the point. Guala, what it do?
I feared that if I would have continued to say no,
Jada,
I feel like that something bad would have happened in that house that day. So we was like, come on, let's go snatch these clothes. And I'm looking at it like we just gonna go snatch them. It's gonna be over with. Ain't nobody gonna get hurt. But it went like totally opposite. So we grabbed the clothes. Lady said, no. Everybody dropped. Everybody dropped everything they had. Like everybody just dropped and ran out the store. We got in the car. I just remember we was driving and I woke up in the hospital.
You know, when I read Quentin's story, I really lean back on that whole notion that he was groomed, right? He was beat up, he was traumatized. He felt like he had no way out of his situation but to do this dire action. Instead of us understanding or trying to understand or thinking about it or looking at the big picture, it's easier to lock him away It's easier to forget that there's a problem or to blame him for the problem instead of looking at ourselves as a community, as a society.
I woke up at the hospital and my family, they was standing
Is
around.
there a point where we can blame
And
society?
everybody was crying and like, what's going on? Like, thought I just had been in a bad wreck. Didn't know someone had lost their life. And that's when they told me the officer lost his life. Like, it was the worst day. Like, I never want to relive a day like that. I can still feel bad to even be a part of somebody losing their life. Like, and then when I found out his wife was pregnant, like, I'm a father. And I never want to get took away from my child. Like, it was the worst day of my life. Ever.
It was a devastating moment to me, you know, because of the accident and what had happened, and, you know, about police being involved. When they tested Quentin for his IQ, they said he was like mild retarded. But when they tested him in the court with the court doctors and stuff, they were saying that they didn't see anything wrong with him. But it was something wrong with him, you know, before he even got incarcerated. But they didn't take that into consideration, what the doctor had already diagnosed him from being mild retardation from the Social Security office.
So Quentin was the first time I learned about how harsh juveniles are punished in Tennessee. Him being a child at that time. And in this country, you know, you tell children you can't smoke until you're 18. You're not responsible enough to make that decision. Or you can't
But you
drive
can go to the
until you're
war.
16. You can't drink until you're 21. You're not responsible enough. You haven't developed enough to do that responsibly. You can just throw children away for life and not give them the opportunity to get their
I
help
am
or
she
whatever
Johnson.
they
What it
need
do?
to, you know, give them a chance at redemption.
There is a lot of talk of criminal justice reform.
Requested
Tennessee, even from the
video.
right,
Redeemable
but there hasn't
son.
been much actual
Over
reform. We're
sentencing.
still stuck kind of in the patterns of over-criminalization and
Was brought to
over-incarceration.
my attention
The one
by
thing
a
that
lot of
is
people, a lot of
very, different
influential
that ties
inner
into,
city people from all across
juveniles,
this
is
country
in
actually
Tennessee, a juvenile who is
tapped in and wanted me
accused
to,
of
play
murder,
this video
which in
across the
Tennessee can include
platform
a juvenile accused of
for the
felony
brother
murder,
that's locked
meaning
up, Quinn
they
for
have
show for
committed a
one,
felony that's resulted
and
in death,
also
but there's
spread
no
light
allegation
on
that they
appreciate
intended
that
that person to die.
IMC,
They can be
and
transferred to
also
adult court.
spread
They
light
can be tried and convicted as an adult.
on
And
someone
the
that I
minimum
know that's
sentence
over
that
sentenced.
anyone,
He feel
including
like
a
he's
juvenile
over
convicted of
sentenced.
first-degree or
So
felony murder
here we
in
go.
Tennessee is a 60-year sentence, which can be reduced down to 51 years, meaning they will spend at least 51 years in prison. And based on our research, that makes Tennessee a complete outlier in that almost every other state provides for juveniles in that situation to be reviewed for possible parole after 15, 20, 25 years. The absolute other worst jurisdictions in the country would have a juvenile in that situation.
Tennessee don't play that.
With a minimum of no more than 40 years, so we're at least a decade more punitive in the situation of a juvenile convicted of felony murder.
The day of the trial, when I realized he was facing a life sentence, you know, that really hurted me, you know. For them, you know, I didn't understand what that mean either. He got to do 51 years before he even make parole. And he might not get parole. It was hard for me, you know, to accepting that, you know, going to work, coming home, you know, crying every night, you know, because I didn't understand, you know, to see my only son, you know, in a position like this right here. I was really hurt, you know, and I still am.
Quentin said to be charged as an adult. They didn't know if he was going to be charged as an adult. As a juvenile, they don't know. It was basically left up to the courts. And I was like, he just a kid. You can't treat a kid like an adult. Because we still growing. He still got so much to do. So when they came back, like, they tried him as an adult, I mean, it's just like, it just takes something out of you. And you be like, in your mind, he's just a kid. He's a kid. This is a mistake. He never got in no trouble. First time getting in trouble, you charge him as an adult. This is the part I still don't get.
Should that be taken into consideration? Were they first-time offenders? Because I was a first-time offender.
It hurted me to see him like this.
Or is it
I don't
the nature of the crime?
My brother, I have to support, but I don't want to see him behind bars. Even when his them grow up, they have to see him behind bars. It hurts. It hurts. But I think
we're gonna get 3 more minutes of y'all. Then we're gonna get into a little open dialogue if y'all would like. You know what I'm saying?
He's coming home.
One of the arguments that prosecutors put forth is that these sentences are necessary. There are people in our community who do think there is a meaningful difference between you're never getting out versus you might have a chance to get out after 51 years. Even though statistics strongly suggest that life in prison greatly reduces life expectancy. So for a 16 or 17-year-old to go into prison, the odds of them surviving until they're 68 or 67 are very low. In our research, we have not found anyone who has ever survived 51 straight years in prison in Tennessee. And so really, that seems to us to be a complete distinction without a difference.
So I'm prone to die in prison. It doesn't matter how good your health is and her. The history shows that. They say that I might have a chance, but no one has ever lived 51 years in Tennessee prison.
Since the incident, it affected the family so much because we really didn't understand at the moment, like, how an accident could give somebody so many years to say, like, you're going to be gone for 60 years, like, and every day it really aches at my mom. That's where I really see a lot of the pain coming in when I have to look at her.
Man, when y'all get a chance, make sure y'all go check the rest of this out. Redeemable Son on YouTube. Go check it out. Go view it. Go dissect it. Go get into it. What's going on though? Redeemable Son. I just want to start, like I said, it was requested. Glad it was requested. Glad it was brought to my attention. What y'all think? How often is does the time don't fit the crime in Tennessee? I know it goes on in other states, but how often does the crime don't fit the time in Tennessee? And who personally, dealing with this, like from a family member, where you feel like they've been over sentenced? And how do y'all feel about Quentin's situation? Something that happened when he was a teenager. The biggest thing about that is I want to say it was the police. It was the law enforcement involved. So when things happen when the law enforcement is involved, they try to, stick with it. They not real lenient when it comes to the law enforcement. That would be the biggest issue I see with that. But I do know scenarios where I was locked up with buku people where, they was locked up for longer than what they should have been done, what they should have been locked up. Excuse me. And one thing, prison, it's a business. So the longer they have you in there, the more money they make off you. So they really not trying to let you go, just being all the way 100. So And they can have you dead to the right, but their thing is housing. They get paid for housing. So they'll make you do 20 years and know that you innocent, but it's about what you can prove. You know, that technicality. It's about that. And if you can't do it until you can figure it out, they'll make you sit in there. Because they getting paid. You know, if you locked up 20 years in the penitentiary, the feds, they done made $1 million off of you. They done made their money and some. 20 years. So imagine 20 years wrongfully convicted or over sentenced. You know what I'm saying? Imagine 20 years wrongfully convicted or over sentenced. How many of y'all think that's something that Trump should look into? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that something he gonna look into? Not just because, you know, I can see where Trump recent run in with the laws and shit. I can see where he gonna try to use his influence to kind of push back against them. So I think it's actually a good thing. How many of y'all agree with a lot of the laws that Trump is pushing anyway? Let me ask y'all that. I mean, even though some of the stuff, the laws that he are pushing, I haven't seen all of them, but the noticeable ones, how many of y'all agree with it? Like, I haven't heard anything else about the police immunity laws. They haven't said that one was pushed in front of the lawmakers. It's more so been all this other stuff. But how many people think that what Trump is doing is pushing things in the right direction? And if so, does he need to look into a lot of the injustice, the over sentencing, a lot of just the laws that the wrong laws that held people in jail? You think those should be looked into a lot more? Once again, shout out to man Ali, aka akaCocceye, for reaching out to me. Hopefully, I have some more insight on what's going on from their standpoint, and I'm supposed to have some interviews lined up with a lot of people from the In Out organization. And it's basically geared towards, like I said, a lot of men and women who've just been over sentenced. Like, a lot of people not saying that they innocent of all crimes, but it's just the over sentencing. Just the over sentencing. So when you guys get a chance, like I said, make sure y'all go back, watch the whole video, Redeemable Son, and just check it out. Let me know what y'all think about it. Jump in the comments, jump in the post about it. And you know, this thing only gonna work if I know we keep saying this, but I just had a birthday. And you know, I believe in my Bible, and you know, it say that he gonna give you, meaning God, poster if you living right, man, 70 years. So I can see where people, as they get older, man, they get to thinking about this and get to thinking about that. Like, damn, man, like, shit, really, when you a certain age, you definitely done live a good amount of life. You did what I'm saying? So I'm in my 30s and I'm already thinking like, God damn, you never know. So yeah, it's crazy how much time they give people because it is an offer. You know, they try to stroke it out of people. Man, exactly. And just a little bit off, like I was watching ASAP Rocky trial earlier today, and they said they offered him, what was it, 18 months or 180 days. It was far less time than what he on trial for. And you know what I'm saying? So this court system something serious, man. Once they get you, like people say, like I've heard that before I got into trouble, man. Trouble is easy getting into and hard getting out of, man. So you always want to be mindful of that. If you don't gotta, you know, if you can, you know, do your best to steer away from trouble though, man. The senseless gun violence, the senseless gun crimes, the senseless robberies, you know, like all the impulse crimes, you know, like shit. Can't say it's getting out of hand, it's been out of hand. You know what I'm saying? It's been out of hand. So we got to figure out how to cut back on the senseless shit, just being real. But I definitely think that man, a lot of people are being over sentenced, and shit. I don't wanna. I definitely feel like I was over sentenced. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, first time, first charge, and you know, hey, it, book them, Danny. So yeah, just something I wanted to bring to y'all attention. Appreciate the brother Ali, akaCocceye, reporting from the Fed, chopping it up with me, putting me on the phone with a lot of, you know what I'm saying, influential people in the community who pushing change, who pushing just positive reinforcement, tapped in from all over, from the west to the east. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we down south, up north. So, man, just be on the lookout for, you know, just a lot of positive, good content as well as, you know, we're going to talk about what we talk about in the streets. Like when I come back, I'm going to address some stuff. We're going to talk about what we talk about, but also just know that this ain't the platform that really be trying to, you know, instigate shit, man. Instigate the bull crap, keep none going, start anything. And now I just feel like I'm on a walk where, you know, I do have a purpose, a little mission too. So it's kind of coinciding with the podcast and real life. And you know what I'm saying? So I got to take shit a lot more serious though, like for real, because it's eyes on you. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta be the biggest, the most popular, but you never know who watching. You never know who tapping in. You never know who, you know what I'm saying? Just, yeah, and that's what I'm starting to notice. Like, even when you think a person ain't paying attention, they paying attention. So your actions gotta line up. You know what I'm saying? I'm more so believe in action than words anyway. So actions gotta line up. Because the moment a person see you ain't about what you talking, you know what I'm saying? Your actions ain't lining up, and they're gonna be ready to criticize you and put you in the category with the niggas who who bullshit and don't take shit serious. So I don't ever want to be considered a bullshitter though. Man, for sure, little mama. But when I come back on this next live, you know what I'm saying? Can't see what it do. It's all good. But when I come back on this next live, you know, we're going to talk about what we talk about. We're going to get into it. You know what I'm saying? But make sure y'all tune in. Y'all make sure y'all keep subscribing. Next month, I'm going to be doing a little payout for the 5 people. My everything been Gucci. I'm going to be doing the payout for the 5 members who fucked with me, who helped catapult this thing to 5,000 subscribers. I'm going to be doing that. I got a little video I'm finna drop with my boy Mob, Nico Great. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to that. Check the short out. What I asked them about me and Big Homie Star. So that's what the next live gonna be about. We're gonna get into that conversation. Couple other things, you know what I'm saying? Couple other things. So I'll probably come back about, you know, shit, about an hour or two. Got some more content, more videos dropping tonight. I just been having to get this work schedule down, though, man. This new career, then my little side hustle, then, you know, I've been having to sleep. It's like, shit, when I get up, man, I don't get back to the red couch until the wee hours. So, shit been putting me down. But y'all stay tuned though. Stay tuned. I'm gonna make sure I start back getting my lives in, you know what I'm saying, during the week for sure. It's just been, like I said, newfound work, career goals, this and that, moving, finna be moving, this is my last week sitting with this background, man. We moving to another location. So that's another thing, you know what I'm saying? We moving, transitioning. We'll get into that. You know, I got some real shit for y'all. I'm gonna chop it up with y'all about. So like I said, I appreciate y'all for fooling with me, tuning in. We're gonna start working with this Osmo too. Just be cool. We're gonna start working with this Osmo. We're gonna start working with this junk though. We're gonna get it right. Only thing I can't stream from YouTube on it. So this junk really for internet, or it's really for interviews, or just me doing some content, chopping it up and putting it out. Right now I can't do no streaming on it. Even though you can, I just gotta figure it out. I'm a little technical. It ain't just mine. I know how to do certain shit, but you know, yeah, I need to be walked through. But I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Jump in the comment section. Jump in the comment. Jump in the post. Yeah. Make sure y'all run the interviews up. I'm finna drop a new one today. I'll jump back on this jump for some live, Mobcast live. And man, I'm out of here. Happy New Year to everybody. Appreciate all the birthday wishes. Yeah. That's where I'm at with it. And go check out that video though. Redeemable Son though. Me Chocolate, what it do? We out of here. Run it back for me. If you don't mind, run it back. I'm coming back like, I don't know, for another live. You know, I don't want to talk about too much other in this live that I'm going to talk about on the next live. So, yeah, I'm out of here, though.